So this is a panel with Matt Lauer, Donny Deutsch, the failed MSNBC host. I mean, I don't know if you ever saw his show, but
I watch Today's Show every now and then when he's on.
Donny Deutsch had a show on MSNBC
immensely.
that was really, I think it was the next big thing, and that I think the only thing that rivaled how poorly that did was the McEnroe show. And who's else? Star Jones?
Yeah.
Where did she come from? The View?
She was on The View, yeah, and she left because no one on that show liked her.
Oh. And then who is this other woman? I don't know.
I think she's like a paid medical analyst of
They're
some
idiots.
sort.
Listen to this.
Today's professional Star Jones, Donny Deutsch, and Dr. Nancy Snyderman are here to offer their takes on the most talked about stories making news. Good morning, all. Nice to see you. It was Memorial Day yesterday, okay? And Chris Hayes, a host of a show on MSNBC, getting a lot of reaction to a comment he made where he says that he doesn't like the word hero used to describe all fallen soldiers.
All right. First of all, Chris Hayes didn't say, I don't like the word hero. He said, I'm uncomfortable using it. And added qualifiers on both sides of it. But Matt Lauer's got to do something to get his stupid ratings up. Apparently, right? Aren't they getting beat for the first time ever on
Good Morning America is starting to beat them, yeah.
Yeah.
He said the word is appropriate when describing some heroic actions, but he says that it's too widely used. Here's his quote. So, it seems to me that it is so rhetorically proximate to justifications for more war. In other words, he's saying if you describe all fallen soldiers as heroes, it's less likely that you criticize war. How do you feel about this?
Donnie, you want to go?
I'm repulsed. I mean, I hope that he doesn't get more viewers as a result of this.
I bet he doesn't. Because every new viewer that any show on MSNBC gets puts into stark relief just how poorly Donny Deutsch's show did.
To say that, and by the way, this guy is like if you see what he looks like a weenie. And, to sit there where these guys are.
I don't know what to say. He looks like a weenie?
Just one of the many reasons I dislike that guy.
Who I think really, honestly, if you want to talk about weenie,
every time he opens his mouth, I've seen him open his mouth, he's talking like he speaks for the American male. He's some big machismo. I just dislike him so much.
Risking their lives. They are heroes. Beginning, middle, end of story. I don't know what the other side is.
The other problem is the person that he was talking to was the officer whose job it was to call the families of fallen soldiers.
Right. Okay, here is, what's her name again? Star Jones? Here's Star Jones. Let me tell you what the subtext of what she's saying is. I didn't see the segment. I just read the four-line summary because that's my job, to take those 4 lines and then just pontificate in a way that won't get me in trouble on Twitter.
Could you be more inappropriate on Memorial Day?
Once we stop.
It also was not Memorial Day, as if that makes a damn difference. Like, God forbid you talk about issues of war on Memorial Day.
The draft, it became someone else's war. I think we've talked about that, here before. To criticize the young men and women who put themselves in harm's way to protect us and then cheapen it.
I'm not sure
first of all,
he was
wasn't
criticizing
eloquent,
those young men and women. He was just saying that the word is overused.
but he's wrong.
Yeah.
So, okay, my point is that he shouldn't be criticizing them. I know he's not criticizing them, but he's still wrong.
When
I mean,
it's a dead
if you
soldier,
get hurt,
it's not overused.
Because you know what? The 4 of us aren't fighting those wars.
Well, okay,
so
now,
these people are heroes to me.
He has since apologized, saying as someone who's never fought a war, he shouldn't have said it. Quote, as many have rightly pointed out, it's very easy for me, a TV host, to opine about people who fight our wars having never dodged a bullet or guarded a post or walked a mile in their boots.
Or use good judgment. You don't say this.
Where was that eloquence on the front hand?
You know what? I'll tell you something. Just to listen to these morons talk about it is exactly why what he said initially was so important and should be so valued. Because these people get on there and they're just like, whatever I can do to position myself in the safest, most comfortable cocoon-like miasma of patriotism. Let me wrap myself around the flag and then spray some form of red, white, and blue foam around that. And then let me immerse myself in sort of a giant flag-colored slushy and continue to cash my checks for what is a despicable notion of a job.
I love how Star Jones keeps bringing up but it was on Memorial Day. It was on Memorial Day. It's clear as day that the only day she thinks of this shit is on Memorial Day. She could care less the rest of the year.
I got news for you. Star Jones wouldn't have thought about any of this stuff if it wasn't on the piece of paper that she was handed 3 minutes before she walked onto that set. Same with Donny Deutsch, and same with that other lady. I think it's quite possible that the three of them together have never had as profound a thought. Which it wasn't even necessarily that profound. It was just the fact that it was articulated on TV as the one that they're talking about. Unbelievable.
To be fair, they're used to talking about, should women get tummy tucks and did
Right.
Justin Bieber punch that paparazzi?
Right.